Hey guys, welcome back to the Hez Project. I'm John Ordalaza, and my god, the Mandalorian Season 2 finale has hit Disney Plus, and it hit my heart. It tugged the heartstrings. Let's talk about it, guys. This episode kicks off with Mando and all of his little crew now. He's got Cara Dune, Fennec, and Boba Fett. They board this ship in which that doctor who was doing tests on Grogu was on. They capture him so that he can tell them where Moff Gideon is. And he gives them this whole map of Moff Gideon's ship so that they know exactly where the child is and they know where Moff Gideon is. It then cuts to a scene where we see Boba Fett and Mando go into this bar where they see Bo-Katan and my girl Sasha Banks. They're back in the episode. I don't know where the man Mandalorian is, that guy, but this episode shows that we don't really need all of them. Mando and Boba Fett approach Bo-Katan and they ask her for help. She says, we're not for hire. Not all Mandalorians are bounty hunters. And then he says they have the child. And then obviously smile goes away because the child is universally loved. But then there's some tension built between Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, and Sasha Banks. They're all like, you're not Mandalorian. I know your voice. I've heard your voice 1,000 times. Boba Fett goes right up to Bo-Katan and says, yeah, it'll be the last one you hear. They weren't even in the same room for 5 minutes and they're already wanting to kill each other. Then Sasha Banks and Boba Fett started going at it. He had the upper hand at first, but then my girl hit a tornado DDT on him. I did not expect that. Afterwards, they all get onto the Slave One, Fennec, Cara Dune, Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, Sasha Banks, and Mando, and the Doctor. They're all concocting this plan to infiltrate Moff Gideon's ship and retrieve Grogu back to Mando. Their plan is for Boba Fett to chase after this ship that they're all in to make it seem like that they're Imperial and that they need to be rescued and they need to be docked onto Moff Gideon's ship immediately. And it works, sort of. Moff Gideon deploys a bunch of TIE fighters to go after the Slave One, which he really just sent them to their death, honestly. Anyways, they board the ship finally, and Boba Fett takes out all of the TIE fighters, and then he just hyperspeeds right out. I wonder where he's going. Anyways, we get into Moff Gideon's ship. The stormtroopers are checking on this ship that just landed, and everyone just starts going guns blazing left and right. They're taking out all the stormtroopers. Moff Gideon then says to his secondary officer, the lady, he says, deploy the dark troopers. You don't know how lucky we all are to experience the acting chops and the presence of Giancarlo Esposito. Mando branches off of the group. He's trying to find the room that Grogu is in, but instead he runs across the room that the Dark Troopers are deploying in. It takes a few minutes for them to deploy, but he catches them right as they're all marching out of the room. He tries to close it. One of them manages to escape and he starts fighting off one, and he realizes, man, this is a really hard thing to take on. It took him a while, but he managed to grab his Beskar staff, knock the head off. But gosh, dude, that thing ate some fire. That thing ate all of the whistling birds, whatever they're called. Thing is a formidable beast, let me tell you that. But he managed to take it out, and he opened the dock bay, or whatever the hell it's called. All of them get sucked into space like a vacuum, and I'm like, wow. He really just jobbed all of those dudes. And then cuts to Cara Dune, Fennec, Bo-Katan, and Sasha Banks taking out all of the stormtroopers. They get to the control room, and Moff Gideon's not there. They're wondering, where the hell is he? He's supposed to be here. He's got my Darksaber. And that's right. In the bar, Bo-Katan made a deal with Mando saying, we'll help you as long as I get to take down Moff Gideon and I get my Darksaber. The Darksaber is the key to ruling Mandalore, and it is my birthright because I am the rightful heir. And she makes it clear while Mando is just nodding his head, yep, I hear you. Great points. Can we get the child back now, please? All he cares about is Grogu. It's kind of funny, but it's the most sweet thing that we've seen out of Din Djarin in this entire series. Mando then takes on a bunch of other stormtroopers guarding a door, goes into it. It is the door that Grogu was in, but Moff Gideon has the Darksaber right above his head. He drops the blaster, kicks it to Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon begins to tell him a little bit more about the Darksaber, which is kind of the same thing Bo-Katan told him earlier, saying she wants this because she can rule Mandalore. Anyone who wields this can rule Mandalore. So technically he can. Mando's just like, you can have it. I just want the kid. I'm like, all right. You don't care about your own culture. That's fine. That's fine. Moff Gideon then says, fine, you can take him. But promise that we will never cross paths ever again. So he agrees to it. And then he just starts slashing Mando as soon as he turns his back. And he's blocking it with his Beskar armor because he can't penetrate with a darksaber or lightsaber. Grabs his Beskar staff. They start having a brawl. Dude, we have never seen Moff Gideon throw down like this before. Dude, when he's throwing down, he's hacking and slashing with that darksaber. He is beast. Like, it is so dope to see Moff Gideon finally throw down against Mando. Like, I've been waiting to see that since the penultimate episode of season 1. And we finally get to see it. Mando actually bests Moff Gideon, takes the darksaber out of his hand, brings him to the control room where everyone is. And it was really cool to see Mando wielding the darksaber for a brief second as he's walking into the room. And Bo-Katan is dumbfounded and she's annoyed. She looks very annoyed that Mando's holding the darksaber and it looks like that he beat Moff Gideon. He says, here's a darksaber. And Moff Gideon's just laughing on the floor. He says, she can't take it. She didn't beat me. And when you beat me, it's yours. She's just a pretender. Oh my god. Wait. What? Hold on. Wait a second. Are you telling me that Mando is now the rightful heir of Mandalore? Is he the rightful leader of Mandalore? What? What? That is insane, dude. I did not expect the show to go that route. I really didn't. We haven't seen the full-on Mandalorian culture that Bo-Katan is part of. We haven't seen any Mandalore either. And I'm just really excited to see more of that explored. It's not over. Remember all those Dark Troopers that got sucked into space? Yeah, they're shooting right back into the ship. And there's like 20 of them still. They're knocking on the door, trying to bust it wide open. And then in the front window of the ship, we see an X-Wing pass. And I'm like, what? You're not going to tell me that that's freaking Dave Filoni or the other guy, right? It's not Poe Dameron either. No, he's too young. No. Is it Ahsoka? Like, it makes sense, right? We see on these, like, security cameras a hooded figure, like a proper Jedi robe. And I'm like, that's gotta be Ahsoka. And then they show footage of the room that this hooded figure is in, wearing all black. Turns a little bit to the camera. I see the belt. That's not Ahsoka. That is not Ahsoka, guys. I was not prepared for this, but man, oh man. When I saw that green lightsaber, not the white one, not the dual white lightsabers, I saw a green lightsaber, all in black, a black glove, take out all of these Dark Troopers. Single-handedly taking out all of these Dark Troopers. He's right at the door. They open the door to the control room. A bunch of smoke. All you see is a green lightsaber lighting up all that mist. He walks into frame, takes off the hood. It's a he, obviously. And it's Luke Skywalker. Luke freaking Skywalker is in The Mandalorian. What the freak? We were theorizing Sebastian Stan, who plays Bucky in the Marvel films, to play Luke Skywalker. But they went a different route. They decided to de-age Mark Hamill. And I was totally fine with it, guys. It was honestly on par. I would say it was on par with Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One. It looked that good, in my opinion. Just in certain shots, certain angles, it looked a little, just the slightest bit wonky. Just the slightest bit. But nonetheless, I was very excited to see Luke Skywalker answer the call, answer the Force beacon of Grogu in this Mandalorian finale. My God. After Luke says, I will take the child and train him properly, Mando says goodbye to Grogu. Mando only thinks it's right to take his helmet off so the Grogu can remember his face before he says goodbye to him. So he takes off the helmet and Grogu puts his little paw on his cheek and he just kind of scratches it a little bit. Watery eyes, very watery eyes, but man, to be able to create a relationship between a human and a puppet that doesn't even speak. Like, yeah, it's a puppet, but maybe it speaks. No, it doesn't. It doesn't speak. It makes noises. One of the most compelling and emotional scenes ever in a Star Wars property. Then we see a cute little shot of R2-D2 coming in, Really awesome to see him, man. Really awesome. He has a scene looking down at Baby Yoda, or Grogu, sorry. They look down, they meet for the first time. Luke picks him up, says, "May the Force be with you." And then they say goodbye. Everyone's looking right at Luke and Grogu as they leave. They all enter the elevator. Elevator closes slowly, and then the show ends. But there was an end credits scene. They show Tatooine, and then they go into Jabba's palace. It's ruled by that pale-looking dude with the giant tentacle that's like wrapped around his neck because he's kinky like that. Fennec shooting a bunch of his guys, shooting literally everyone. Everyone's dead except this one dude. Boba Fett follows down the stairs, shoots the guy right in the chest, pulls him off the throne, sits on the throne. Boba's palace now? Like, is it realistically though? What is he, like the ruler of the underworld now? I really want to know more about that. But then it cuts to black and it says, "The Book of Boba, coming December 2021. What? I'm excited for that. But nonetheless, guys, we're here. We're at the end of Mandalorian Season 2. I'm so grateful for this show. It gave me the opportunity to talk about everything that I love on YouTube. Leave your likes. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of Mandalorian overall. Remember to leave a like and stick around the channel because I'm going to be doing reviews for all sorts of other content in the near future. I'm going to be doing reviews for Cobra Kai, and I'm going to be doing reviews for the Karate Kid films, all 5 of them, talking about them all in the lead up to Cobra Kai Season 3. We got WandaVision in January, and then we got Falcon and Winter Soldier in March. It's going to be packed with action and content here on the Hess Project. I'm like at a loss of words at the moment, but subscribe to the channel, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notify bell so that you can stay up to date on the content because there's always more to come.